We've been saying for 20 years that the goal of RoboCup is by the year 2050 to have a team of humanoid robots that can beat the best World Cup team on a real soccer field. And we've been working towards this. And, this is a big, ambitious goal, but we've been making a lot of progress. And the best way to see that is, we've had annual competitions since 1997. And this is what some of the different leagues of RoboCup looked like at the beginning. So this is the early versions of the Sony Ibos and what we call the middle-sized robots, where they were using a real soccer ball. This was sort of smaller ones with a golf ball, a simulation league. And back in 1997, it's a little painful and embarrassing for me to look at these right now because the robots are running into walls, they're falling over, but they do get up. Eventually, goals are scored. Every once in a while, some of the robots actually did catch on fire that year. So there were some, these were early prototypes. But you have to remember that just 20 years ago, a little more than 20 years ago, many people who are roboticists were working on just one aspect of the problem and weren't working necessarily with the real robots. This was a challenge of getting 30 robots in a room all working together. That was a huge advance at the time. And now if you jump ahead 10 years from there, you start to see robots that are much more individually capable, starting to work as teammates. It was the beginning of the humanoid league, so they were just doing a penalty shot competition that year. But you start in the other leagues to see much more fast-moving robots and more teamwork. And the thing that's a constant here is they're all fully autonomous. There's no human in the loop, so they're all having to sense, decide, and act. The goal by the year 2050 is to have humanoid robots that can beat the best World Cup champions on a real soccer team. Every year since 2007, we've actually had a group of the trustees of RoboCup, including myself, playing against the champions of one of the leagues, the middle-sized league. So this is me and a few of my colleagues, aging amateur soccer players, and the people who build the robots always say, oh no, they're going to be able to, they're going to go much faster than you, they're going to be able to kill you. But so far, we're still able to beat them. Every year it gets a little harder. We're not sure if that's because the robots are getting better or we're getting older, but one way or another, it's definitely some of each. The robots are getting better and it's becoming more of a challenge, but we're still far from having professional soccer players against the real robots. Even so, if you look back 20 years, there's been enormous progress.